Let's talk about something that not a lot of men want to admit out loud. And that's if you're over 40, maybe over 50 or 60, and you are still very attracted to younger women. And you're wondering, I wonder if these women could be attracted to me. Because, heck, of course, you want to feel desired, you want to feel seen, you want to feel alive. And I'm here to say, yes, it is entirely possible, but only if you shift one major mindset mistake that most older men are making. And I'm going to reveal exactly what that is by the end of this video. Now, without this shift, dating a younger woman is likely going to leave you feeling disappointed, out of place, or you're just going to be chasing something that never actually connects. So stick with me because this is going to be a very real, grounded conversation. This isn't about fantasy. This isn't about performance. This is about the truth. Now, welcome to this channel. This is a self-confidence project. My name is Kimberly Hale, and I'm a dating and relationship coach for good-hearted men who want to attract deeply fulfilling, lasting relationships. And if you're new to this channel, welcome aboard. I am very glad you are here. This is a space for real talk, for grounded advice, for genuine support, especially if you're a man that's been through a divorce, or you feel stuck in modern dating, or you are just simply ready to experience something that is truly meaningful. Now, if you're looking for more personalized support on your dating journey, then of course I welcome you. I would be happy to have a conversation with you, see if myself and coaching is the right fit for you. The link to do that is in the show notes of this video. And if we're a fit, then I'm going to help move you forward. And if we're not a fit, then I'm just going to point you into a few supportive directions. Now, the myth of younger is better. Well, let's start by defining what younger actually means. So let's say you're 70. Younger doesn't really mean 35, it probably means 55. If you're 60, younger doesn't mean 25, it probably means 45. And if you're 50, younger might mean 35, not 20. Because younger women may still be drawn to older men, but not for the reasons most of you assume. Now, the men who succeed in dating younger women are not just chasing youth like Leonardo DiCaprio, right? They are building alignment and creating a lifestyle and creating an energy and emotional presence that's going to make them naturally magnetic to younger women. Okay, so one of my clients who was 58 years old when we started working together, he was only messaging women that were under 30 years of age, and he wasn't getting replies, if at all. And when he did, there'd be some interesting conversations taking place. But we adjusted his profile. We highlighted who he was, his love of jazz, he was still out there hiking lots. He had a passion for cooking at home. And we aimed for women that were in their early 40s and 50s, and everything shifted for him. He ended up meeting a 46-year-old woman with real chemistry. And by all means, a younger woman, but one whose life actually matched his, right? So let's just explore the dangers of this fantasy of really young women. And I want to explore an uncomfortable truth as well. And I'm going to need a sip of water for this uncomfortable truth, okay? Okay, so why do some women in their 20s and 30s date men that are 20 or 30 years older? Because you've seen it. You've seen it in Hollywood. And you probably know someone who's dating someone much younger, or at least you know someone who knows someone. And well, it's just not always love, and you know that. Sometimes it's actually about survival for women, or it's about safety, or it is about financial gain. Or you might not know this one, but sometimes it's actually about control. Or, sadly, it's unhealed father wounds. And it doesn't mean that it's always malicious, but it's not always healthy either. And if you don't understand these dynamics, or what dynamic might be happening with a younger woman who's potentially showing interest in you, then you might step into a role that was never truly mutual. Now, I had a 61-year-old client who was dating a 26-year-old. She was very sweet, she was very fun, she was very full of life. But within 6 months, the cracks in their relationship were showing. She wanted kids. She wanted fancy 3-day long festivals. She wanted spur of the moment, spontaneous adventures. And well, you know what? He wanted peace. He wanted partnership. He wanted deeper connection. And the lifestyle gap between them just created a lot of friction. And it ended with this individual feeling a lot lonelier than before. So let's flip the mirror. Why do you avoid women your own age? And a lot of men have admitted to me that they avoid dating women their own age, and they've said this verbatim to me. Well, women my age just let themselves go. Or women my age are just really bitter and jaded. And I bet there are women that are like that. But what if you are not avoiding them? What if you're avoiding what these women are reflecting back at you? So I had a client that told me women over 45 just seem really tired. And when we started to dig a little deeper, he admitted that a lot of these women that were over 45 that he was seeing or seeing on dating apps or seeing in real life reminded him of his ex-wife. So it's not that he wasn't really avoiding these women, he was avoiding his past and what these women were representing. They reminded him of his ex, and he hadn't healed from that relationship. So ask yourself, are you seeking youth or avoiding growth? Do you want real love or do you want validation? Do you want a partnership or do you just simply want control? Now, here's something that a lot of men overlook. If you want to date a younger woman, then your lifestyle and your energy need to reflect that desire. Otherwise, you're living out of alignment. You desire a younger woman who has a younger lifestyle, but your life does not represent that. Okay, so I had a retired 64-year-old client who told me he really wanted to date women in their 30s. And I asked him, based on what he would do throughout his days and his weekends, we joked. I was like, hey, where are you going to meet her, at Costco? And we both started laughing on the call. But the point was delivered. The type of women that he wanted to meet were not in his orbit. And his orbit was not built to attract this type of woman. So vitality isn't about Botox. It's not about tight shirts, right, guys? You can do that stuff if you want. It's actually about being lit up by your own life, being curious, being connected, being energized by how you are living your life, and that will invite younger women into it. So here is the massive radical mindset shift. Stop chasing age and start building alignment. Women, especially, emotionally mature ones, which I hope this is what you find, they're going to be drawn to men who are incredibly grounded, that are confident without arrogance or flashiness, men that are purpose-driven. Even if they're at the end of their careers, they still have purpose and are driven by it. And men that are comfortable in their own skin, not men that are trying to date younger to avoid their own lives. Now, one of my favorite one of my recent clients was in his late 60s, and he had a very quiet, magnetic confidence. And he wasn't he had done well in his life, but he wasn't flashy. He wasn't chasing anybody. He was just very, very present and mindful in his life. And he was very internally lit up and happy. And he met a 41-year-old woman who absolutely adored him. And she didn't adore him because of his age and vice versa. They adored each other because of their alignment in how they felt around each other. And attraction is all about energy. And energy comes from how you are living your life. So if you build a life, and I mean build, no matter what your age is. Sometimes we think building our lives is something we do in our 20s and 30s and 40s and maybe 50s, and then we retire or whatever, and then we're no longer building our lives. No, that's giving up, right? Maybe you're not building a career, but you're still going to be building your life. So building a life that younger women actually want to step into, not rescue you from, right? Because if you're trying to avoid your own life by hiding in the life of a younger woman, then this isn't what I've defined at the beginning of this show. This isn't genuine relationships built on love. It's escapism, which we do a lot in our lives. So the takeaway is that you need to lead your life with a lot of depth, not desperation. If you don't like how you spend your time or your social life or your body or your mind or who you know in your neighborhood or how you interact with people at work, and then you want to bag a 30-year-old woman, she doesn't want to rescue you from your life. What is going to attract her into your life is if it's a life that she goes, wow, this man he doesn't need me. Wouldn't it be great to be with him though? even though he doesn't need me. And that's really attractive. We want to get there with you. We want to be there with you experiencing that. So live a life that you love. And women of all ages will feel this. So yeah, you can date younger women. But the question is, are you chasing a fantasy to escape into, or are you inviting a woman into something that is deeply real, that's visceral, a life that you actually have a very high level of satisfaction in, and you spend time where you meet and see women naturally? Now, if you are ready to shift that mindset, to step into this grounded confidence and to build a life of attraction and meaning, but maybe you need a little help, I would love to be there to help you and support you. Maybe this video alone is sparking enough of an aha moment for you. And also there's an audio masterclass I created too that just talks about how to talk and text with women. If you think that that's some of the sticking point, maybe you have a life that you already love, but something about the communication isn't right for you, you're totally welcome to tune in and listen to that audio masterclass. The link is in the show notes. But honestly, let's explore what's really going on in your life, why you're coming up against friction when it comes to dating or having a relationship, because every man's journey is different. Some men are just not quite sure how to communicate with women. Some men are still unhealed from past divorces that were really difficult and messy. Some men, have been taught that younger women represent something that their ego feels like they need. And you guys don't have to figure this out alone. I really appreciate you tuning in and watching this video. I hope it sparks some interesting thoughts for you. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one.